Hey everybody, I've got good news and I got bad news. The bad news is that Earth has perished. Survivors are roaming the universe in search of a new home. You're hibernating in SPACESHIP Mark II, an Ark vessel equipped with advanced AI. It's gonna wake the colonists after a base has been established on a habitable planet. The good news is, it's just a game. This is Stardeus. It's releasing in early access today, and we are responsible for saving everyone on the ship. This is published by Paradox Arc. If you haven't heard of them, you're probably familiar with Paradox Interactive. This is a new publishing label underneath Paradox Interactive that's focusing on indie developers. And this is one of the games on their roster. So I would highly encourage you to check it out. I'll have links down below. Thanks to Paradox Arc for sponsoring this mini-series we're gonna do. This gives us a chance to really dive in here for a few episodes, have a good time, and show off the game to you guys. I'm gonna skip the tutorial because I've already done it, and it'll allow us a little bit more free-form building. I'll give you a brief overview of what we're dealing with here. So this is our ship. Stardeus is a colony simulation base builder management game, very similar in nature to something like RimWorld. However, we are trying to fix what remains of our ship. It's seen better days, clearly. But by the end of this episode, I hope to show you one of these really cool aspects where I can drag a giant chunk of these ships to each other to kind of rebuild it. But we can also just build freeform, as you'll see. So we've got a couple things going on here. This is very important. This is our ship computer. It is kind of the driving force behind the entire operation. Over here, we have a very small oxygenated room that is housing two of our human survivors, it looks like. We have CJ and Elias Lucero. We're gonna try to make contact with them. Right now, they're kind of stuck in there, and there's not a whole lot that they can do about it. Not a whole lot that I can do about it. However, we're gonna see what we can do. And then this also is very important. This is the stasis array that houses a whole bunch of potential colonists. It also seems to produce oxygen. So if I can enclose this, then I can make contact with it and we can start recruiting more colonists from there. So how are we gonna get that done if our colonists are locked in there and they can't really get out? Well, that's one of the cool things about Stardeus is we have all of these different robots. So if we look into our beings tab here, we've got carrier drones, we have construction drones, and then we have construction robots right now. These are the three main ones. Carrier drones a little bit more basic. They can do hauling, maintenance, self-maintenance, and rescue. But if you go into construction drones, they can do things like, obviously, construction, firefighting, they can do demolition, they can do some plant work, some animal work. And then the construction robots are basically stronger, better versions of them. So you're gonna notice pretty quickly in the top right, we have a whole bunch of events piling up because, you know, it's a disaster here and we need to kind of take care of a few things. So the ship AI is gonna chime in from time to time saying, hey, you might wanna do this because if you don't, it's not gonna be good for you. So they've already identified a reactor efficiency upgrade that we'll look for in a second. But that's kind of the general overview of everything you need to know right at the beginning of the game. So let's take a closer look down here. We need to do a couple of things. These robots, they didn't make it, okay? They're already dead. We need to get a charging station in place right away to get these guys up and running. Again, not these guys, but make sure our existing guys don't die. So let's get a couple of charging stations down here. We'll just place this in the corner and they'll get right to work on building this. Your basic time controls are up in the top right. You can also repair or deconstruct some different areas, which we will do. As you can see, it's a bit of a nightmare. Anything when you hit the repair button that can be repaired will be highlighted in these red tiles. Let's just focus on our immediate area and give them a bunch of stuff to do. Since these guys are dead, we can process them into scrap metal. So I'm gonna do that because, I mean, I'm not gonna let them go to waste. You know what I'm saying? There we go. processable scrap metal. You can order mass processing by using the process tool. Yes. Now, one of the really cool things, you've already seen me use it here, is this radial menu. So you right click and then you have all of your different commands in here. The build menu is going to rapidly expand as we unlock different things. One of the things I know we're going to need to build is a matter reactor. Notice that it's got that space for where a worker needs to go on the little circle. So very similar to RimWorld in that regard. I'm going to actually plop down 2 of them, just get them building that. And then I know I'm going to need some connectors. And if you want to see, you can hover over an event or click on it for even more information. And it can tell you exactly what you're going to need to do to be able to complete these different quests. If you hover over this as well, you'll see what the reward is. It's going to unlock a research branch for us called technology. So if we look in the research tree, let's try and find technology here. Right over here. So we could start like researching this right now, but if we do this quest, then we're just going to get it. And I'd much rather just wait for that. It makes a little bit more sense. So the charging stations are built, which is really nice. You can take control of your managed workers. You can have some direct control and like send them around to do stuff. The colonists, however, are unmanaged. So a little bit different in regards to RimWorld is that as of right now, I can't just take control of them. However, you'll notice a little mind control button up there. Interesting. I haven't gotten that far to be able to control them. However, we'll see what happens. All right, so we have a matter reactor. This is going to start producing power for us. However, we need to manage this, and then we're going to need to configure some fuel. So each of these different things can be used for fuel. You can pretty much use anything that you have access to. Lithium has a really high energy output, but we don't have a lot of it. Steel, pretty decent energy output, and we have a ton. So we're going to be using this. Let's go ahead and configure both of these. Okay, perfect. So they're going to start hauling steel. Now, this is all steel everywhere. Like, this is just our ship blew up, and here we are. What are you going to do? You know, we're going to clean it up. That's what we're going to do. So things are starting to pile up over here. You noticed earlier we got that thing about a reactor upgrade. So really cool, you can hit F2 or you can click up here on your inventory button and you can see everything that's laying around in this messy space disaster. Here's our reactor efficiency upgrade. Let's find it. So you'll notice if I zoom out, this is where it is and this is where we kind of have our action going on. So let's go ahead and relocate this over to here and then we can more easily install it. Now, let's get some of our connectors going. We need connectors here, 820. The first number is how many connections it can hold. The second number is the radius. So you see this radius here? I'll kind of place it up in this area because we're going to eventually connect different parts of this ship. And I feel like this will be a little bit easier if it's already up in this northern section. I may need to build 2 because this room is already going to take a bunch of connections. And while that's happening, I will also build just some basic floors to start rounding out or squaring out how our ship is going to look. Let's do something like that. It'll place floors in all the empty spots. This airlock will eventually connect up to these grids once they're built. I do like how the power is handled in this game. Reinforced wall. I think I'll actually deconstruct that because it's kind of jutting out in a messy way. And then if we want, we can select things and build copies of them. Let's see. That's just a regular wall. I might not have access to that yet, actually. Yeah, I don't have access to reinforced walls yet, so I can't do an exact copy. So we'll just wait, and then we could build reinforced walls around here. Or if I get too anxious, I'll just build regular walls. But these robots and drones, they don't really need to worry about being stuck in here for oxygen or anything. So it's fine if it's kind of open-ended. All right, so now we have these connectors built. And what we're gonna do is start connecting them to the ship, okay? So you'll see here, this has made a connection, and then I'm gonna link that in with the main computer. And now it's online. This one I'll link over to here, and we can even connect this, and then these are all connected up, right? There's some efficiencies in how we connect these things, but the main gist is that each of these can have 8 connections. There's better connectors that we can build later that have way more connection points. Some of them go into wall spots, some of them can be floor-based. It's pretty cool. Anyways, let's connect up our charging units. There we go. So we've completed our first task. We now have access to copper wire, transistors, repair stations, and most importantly, storage units, because we're gonna need that. Our place is a disaster. Now our main goal is to connect to that stasis array that I showed you earlier. When we finish that, it will unlock science research for us. So let me show you the research real quick. Let me just put this on 1 speed. I don't want to miss too much. Okay. So here's our whole research tree. Where is science? So it's here. Once we do that task, this will just be provided to us, which is cool. I do know, because I did the tutorial, that I need to get my winch researched. Cool thing about this research tree, you can hit tab and just type in whatever it is that you're looking for. Like I did, type in winch, and then it brings you right there, okay? This is gonna be how we drag these large pieces of the ship together. So let's add this to our research queue. Now, I really like how they're handling the research here. Notice, they have a memory requirement and a permanent storage requirement. So up in the left here, you can see this is our electricity grid. We have a certain amount of disk space, and then we have a certain amount of available memory. So keep in mind that when you're going through your research tree, you're gonna have to kind of upgrade your memory, disk space, etc. And that will likely come through, I believe, the technology tree. I might even have it up here. Transistors, copper wire, repair, no, hold on. Where is it? If I just type disk compression, advanced computing. Yeah, so here's some memory modules that we can install, disk modules. Ah, here we go, computing. So disk module and memory modules. So we can add this to the queue if we want. And yeah, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do that. Okay, so the winch is at 6% research. Happy to have it. So this place is mostly connected. Let's finish the rest of our connectors. You can, again, you can go right click and connect here, or if you prefer to use these menus, you can do that down here. You just click and drag these over. This thing here is a lit reinforced floor piece, and it's a kind of unique way of providing some lighting, which I like, so very nice. Okay, so let's build a storage unit. We'll throw this in here. It doesn't have to be too pretty right now. If you build on top of debris, it's going to automatically move that stuff. Let's actually get some, we'll just get some basic walls in here just to kind of make it a little bit more finished looking. You can order floors and walls to be constructed in a straight line from points A to B by holding control and dragging. There we go. We have an airlock here that we also have to connect. So let's do that. And then this will automatically open and close. Of course, if you want, you can have full control over what you do with that. But this is fine. We can just let it automatically open and close. And then we, of course, we have a battery. So let's get the battery connected up and we should be good to go. Now, we moved this reactor efficiency upgrade over here. And we're gonna get this installed into one of our matter reactors. Click on upgrades here, there's 3 slots, and we'll install the reactor efficiency upgrade. Absolutely beautiful. This event, so we need to research the winch. It's optional, but it is cool, we're gonna do it. We need to make a path to the stasis array. It's optional, but it's cool, we're gonna do it. Build a chain of connectors. Optional, but it's cool. We're going to do it. You see a trend here? And then we need to connect to the stasis array. Okay, that's going to get us the science unlock. Storage units being built. Matter reactor being upgraded. And collecting the pieces of the spacesuit. Let's look at that a little bit. So there's a couple of spacesuits and space helmets somewhere in the wreckage. We can make one human colonist space ready, which means they could, in theory, leave that area that they're trapped in and still survive, okay? So what I'm gonna do is head over to where our humans are currently. This isn't connected, so I'm not even sure if we're gonna be able to get things in there, but let's take a look. So we have our spacesuit blue here. Let's find this, and let's relocate that. I'm just using O as like a hotkey. And then spacesuit yellow. You can also just click the relocate button, and we'll bring that here as well. It may or may not actually do it, because I don't know how the access is going to work here, if this is not connected. But either way, it's fine. One thing that's really cool is you can see, like, really solid detail about what these guys are doing. This little number here, I believe, is the grid marker for everything. So check him out. Okay, so he can still access this door, which is great. I wasn't sure if it would be inaccessible because it wasn't connected up, but the drones can still get in there, which is cool. This is another matter reactor as well. However, I'm not going to quite get it connected up the way that I would hope. This is interesting. I'm not sure how we should best handle this, but I think I'm going to do like a winch type system across here, and I'll show you guys how that works. Maybe what we'll do... Oh, there's some interesting stuff in here. Crawlers. Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to issue any repairs that need to happen in this space. That might be asking a lot of our guys, but I'm sure they can handle it. And then let's just get this area cleaned up as much as we can. And then I'll try to prioritize making it look good before we ultimately connect things. Okay. This thing, let's get the stuff in here hauled too. Let's just do this, just to get our place cleaned up. Okay, now, what I'm envisioning is we're going to winch this giant piece over here towards this, and then this will, it would be nice if this was connected as well. I could issue some hauling on some of this just to clean it up. It's really not that important, I guess. And then up here, this is going to need to be walled in. We know that in the future. Well, I know that in the future. So what I may actually do is just build something around here. Let's do like so. We could do a couple of layers. And then we'll do a door. We're going to get access to more doors and stuff too. It's just that we have to unlock everything. Let's do like so. I'll even double door this, and I'll double door that too. There's some of these connectors here, which is really nice. And I could look to start moving stuff out there, because creating a path, I could connect up to this, and then I could drag that over, I think. Seems like a decent idea. But let's let our guys kind of just have some fun here and finish up a few things. What can I do with these crawlers? I can process them into a nutrient source, but I need a processor nutrient extractor. Okay. Now, if I go into my research, nutrient extractions, that's part of recycling, which is part of biotech. So a little bit of work that we need to do there. So let's just let them do their thing. I will issue some floors to be built. One thing that's nice, so you've got you've got structural components here with frames, but you also have these angles. So you can create like stuff like this, where you have these cool shapes that most games don't really include. I get why, because it can be, you know, a little bit challenging, as you might imagine. I'm just gonna make this floor, and we're gonna kind of square this off. And then maybe I'll expand here and create a floor over to this side, or I could winch this over. I think I could probably do that. Let's deconstruct some of these walls just to set up for that idea. All right. What do we have here? So this is in an unsafe area. Steel bed, fine. Let's haul that. Actually, no, I don't want to haul that. I don't want to haul that. I want to relocate that to here. What else do we have? The winch is done. Okay, sick. So a pet bed. Let's relocate that over here. Who's taking stasis damage? What are you doing? Boilerplate. Okay, so boilerplate. Well, boilerplate joined our colony and then died. So this is because this place doesn't have, well, anything good going for it. If we look at our oxygen here, it's at 0%. He's going to pop out. He's just going to die. He doesn't have any protection. This is why we need to try and get this online as soon as possible. Temperature-wise, also not great in here. A cool minus 273 degrees. So that's too bad, but good thing that there's plenty of colonists left in there. The winch is done. Now they're on computing. Okay, so let's see. Once these floors are done, I'll get a winch going. And we'll maybe drag this over to here. I might actually be able to do it right now. Let's go winch anchor here. And then we're gonna do a winch hook here. And when those are built, we'll provide it with power. And in theory, we're gonna, boom, slam these together. Now, actually, hold on a second. I kind of wanna not do it this way. I'm gonna relocate this to here. And then this one can be done and I'll relocate it over to there. Let's actually just cancel this. Because I want the hook to pull this one across. Now I am gonna need to connect it with power. Am I going to have the distance? I believe, no, I'm not. Okay. We're gonna be pretty close, but it's not that much of a problem. Let's get some floors here. And some floors here. And then on top of those floors, we'll build some power that we can connect to. Actually, is this what I want to do? Because I feel like once these connect, it's going to connect in a bit of a weird way. Let me deconstruct these floors. And then let me just take a closer look here. So it is actually, I think this would actually be fine. Let's cancel that, and we'll relocate this one to here. And then I'm going to deconstruct these floors. How's our storage unit? Oh, we have plenty of space. I'm just running on like max speed right now. Okay, Vincent construction leveled up to 3. Good job, Vincent. Love that. Oh, here, the blue spacesuit I didn't find. Or did I? No, blue spacesuit is in there. Okay. Elias. They have some attachments, some friendship there. So you're wearing the yellow space helmet. Good. And what are you wearing, my friend? You were wearing the red spacesuit. Okay. Now, I don't know if I can force him to wear this stuff. We'll have to see about that later. Okay, anyways, now let's get this connected. Awesome. Okay, guys, let's hope that this works. Are you ready? This is a big moment. We're gonna try and reel this in. It's gonna locate anything that connect to, which is the one that we built over here. We're gonna start reeling it in. Winching will attempt to bring two sections together. This operation is dangerous and irreversible. Please confirm that I'm ready to proceed. I am ready. Boom, 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 boom. Sick. Okay, that worked actually so well. Love that. Okay, that's just something I haven't seen in games like this, like bringing the tectonic plates of our previous ship together. I just think it's so cool. Now, we actually have a path up to the stasis array, and I want to do a similar winching thing over here just to kind of knock that in, and then we could start really bringing this whole place together, literally. I think this is a good place to stop the first episode. There's a lot going on here, as you can tell, but things are going pretty well for us. We've got some structure happening. We're able to winch this together. I do want them to add a cool, like, winching sound and make it, like, epic. I just think it's such a cool mechanic that I haven't seen before. And, yeah, otherwise, like, so far I don't have a ton of feedback because it's... I'm just drinking from a fire hose right now. It's a ton of information. Anyways, up to about this point is where the tutorial would end. Actually, technically, when I connect the stasis array is where that will end, but we're gonna get beyond that in the next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please check out the links down below. If you can drop a like on this video, it helps a lot. If you're new here, well, hey, nice to meet you, and hopefully you enjoy the videos and you'll consider subscribing because that would be sick. Guys, bye for now. This is Stardeus. See you in the next one.